This is a guide on how to solo Whimsyshire on Inferno difficulty. You can get items such as this, which is worth about 3 million at the time of this video. The first thing you want to do is get 5 Nephilim Valor stacks. This is best done northwest of town and farm in the graveyards. If you can't find any stacks, go to the cemetery garden and enter the tombs. There's always at least 1 or 2 stacks per tomb. After you've done that, go and talk to the dead cow and get into Whimsyshire. The ponies are probably one of the easiest champion packs you'll find in Whimsyshire. The elemental arrow hits them every time as they're pretty fat, and the animations are pretty obvious, so kiting them is quite easy. These aren't the hardest pack, but I mean, there really isn't a lot of hard packs in here apart from reflect damage, which is just ridiculous all over the shop. As normal, you're basically just kiting backwards and avoiding mortars with smokescreen. If you need help on how to do this kiting, as quite a lot of people have trouble with it, just watch my kiting guide, as it has the mouse cursor displayed and everything, so it's pretty easy to follow. I cut the video here as you really don't want to watch me kite mobs for like ages, so the general tactics just get back to your waypoint as quick as you can, as if you die and then kill them, it's really not a big deal. Now the cuddly bears are quite annoying, honestly. Like, the AI is just really messed up, basically. I mean, these are reflect damage cuddly bears. This is probably the hardest pack you will actually find apart from possibly reflect damage flowers, but they really aren't that bad. You're going to follow the same tactic again. Just try and kite them back to your checkpoint, as you probably will have to die at least 1 or 2 times with this mob. Or many mobs, but it's okay because the loot's worth it. One tactic you can do against cuddly bears is to kite them around the lake. The AI seems to mess up, as you see here, but I mean, it's quite a dodgy tactic, as if you're away from the checkpoint and you die, they might regen HP, which is extremely bad for you. I'm not going to go on a rant talking about how stupid reflect damage is, but I mean, it really is stupid. Here I employ the lake tactic, as I like to call it, just because my HP is getting low and I really don't want it to reset. The chances of actually melee swinging you around this lake is like slim to none. Flowers are really the most annoying mob that you'll find in Whimsyshire because their hitboxes are just so small. You can also do the lake tactic, as I mentioned with the cuddly bears on the flowers, and I mean, this really makes it a lot simpler to deal with them. This pack without a lake could be pretty ridiculous because there'd be arcane orbs everywhere, and if you did kite it to a checkpoint, you wouldn't be able to respawn without getting arcane orb to death. One thing I have noticed with these flowers is that you can smokescreen and still hit them, and as long as you have like 50 or 60 MS, you can smokescreen between their melee swings, even if they're in your face. This is a great way to get a lot of free damage on them and kill them quick. And yeah, things have quite a lot of HP in Whimsyshire. I really wouldn't recommend you coming here unless you have a lot of gear, as I mean, it does drop the best loot in the game, but at the end of the day, it's not worth your time and effort to take 4 hours to clear this place. My gear is shown at the end of this video if you want to compare yours and mine. This is just a quick clip to show how ridiculous down from projectiles is. I mean, it dies pretty quick. Once all the mobs are dead, go and swap to your magic find gear. You want to have at least 250% minimum. I'm at 288% in this video, which is quite a lot. Once you've done that, the fun starts really. I mean, with this amount of magic find and the amount of heaven clouds and flowers and whatever you might find, pinatas even, you get a lot of loot. So make sure that you kill every single mob that you see, otherwise you'll end up in a bad situation with 10k DPS against like a mob that has 500k HP, and you won't have a lot of fun. I think this is probably one of the most efficient ways to farm gear at the moment, presuming you're geared enough to actually do it, as the chance of getting an item is pretty high. These are the skills I use in this video, and you can swap Vault for back companion, it's really up to you. I've started using Vault lately as I prefer the movement speed, but if you're comfortable using back companion, just use it. This is the gear I use in this video, and I mean, it's not that great honestly. The only piece of gear I have that's probably worth a lot of gold is my crossbow, and that is worth quite a bit. In fact, probably my quiver too, that's worth quite a lot. The rest of the gear you can honestly buy for like 100 to 300k a piece. Of course, a quick thanks to Blizzard here. I spent like 5 or 6 million on these 2 items, and they don't give attack speed until the next patch. That was a good waste of money. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe as I try and make a video like this every couple of days and bring something new to Diablo.